A stellar career, to say the least. He became a full-time driver in 2002, and it took him just 10 races to get his first win at Fontana. Then in 2004, he finished with a then career-high 8 wins and 20 top 5 finishes, tied for the most in his career. He finished the season second behind Kurt Busch in the standings. 2 years later, he broke through and won his first of 5 consecutive Cup championships. He won 5 races and finished outside the top 20 just 5 times. And this year, he's tied with Matt Kenseth for the most wins with 3 and leads the Cup standings. He's been the leader following all but 2 races. A breakdown of 5 times wins and championship positions by season. Only once has he finished outside the top 5 by year's end, and that came back in 2011 when he won his fewest races in a season. Another title this year will put him just 1 behind Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, who are tied with 7 for the most Cup championships. Well, earlier today in Boston, our Alan Bestwick caught up with Jimmie Johnson and JoJo White.
Marty, you can imagine how much fun this is for me. A panel of Boston sports champions talking about what it takes to be a champion. That was the theme of a gathering New Hampshire Motor Speedway organized today. 5-time champ Jimmie Johnson. You'll excuse me if I reach across in front of you.
Absolutely.
And talk to a man whose number hangs in the rafters of the Boston Garden, JoJo White. You earlier, number 10, oh, I know. Believe me, I know. Earlier, you were talking about what it takes to be a champion, and you brought up the word team.
Team is spelled T-E-A-M. There is not a word in the spelling of team. And so until we get back to those things that develop in our young players, we're going to have some problems.
Yeah. What was the thing that made your Boston Celtics championship teams click? Was it a person? Was it a theme? What was it that made it click?
No, it was just what we just talked about, team. And it was led by Red Auerbach, who he wouldn't have it any other way, you know, and he taught that way. And I mean, he's very crafty in terms of getting to us, the players, what we needed to get in order to play at that level.
When you watch today's game, what do you think?
Well, the game is suffering. You know, it's motivated by how much money you're getting as opposed to what you know about the game. Everybody who can dunk can't play. You see, so until we get back to those little things that are the difference between winning versus losing, you're going to continue to see it. It's going to get worse.
They had you driving a racing simulator against the NASCAR champ here. A little harder than maybe it looked.
Well, not really.
Look out for my job.
Yeah, there you go.
Out.
So you were here as part of a panel of sports champions. Had guys from the Bruins and the Red Sox and the Patriots and the Celtics. What was that like?
It was amazing to put a handshake with the faces and names that I've seen over the years was just very cool today. And anytime you're in a room, you know, with other champions of big sport, it's just a huge honor. So a lot of fun today. I understand I'm gonna have to look out for my driving career here after racing on the simulator, but you do have this amazing glow to you. You're in your element today. You're at home and happy.
It's fun. Combine all my favorite things. When champions get in a room and talk, is there a common theme?
You know, you brought a lot of great things out on the stage as we spoke. I think we all were just, when we first met, just shaking hands and happy to do that and grab a quick pic and say a quick hello. But on stage, there were a lot of great things said, and I think that common element of team, people, desire, you know, your heart and your work ethic, all came out, and that's relevant across any sport, not just, you know, the world I live in, which is all I know, but to hear them all talk about it, regardless of sport, was really neat.
Bring you back into the current for a minute. Sorry to see Doc go?
No, I'm not sorry to see him go. I mean, I'm excited for him, you know, personally, but this is one of the times that we need him here, you know. But he chooses to make a move for a personal gain instead of basketball.
Doc, of course, the Doc Rivers, who's heading to Los Angeles, and I'll bring you back into the present. You're going to race this weekend at Kentucky Speedway. A thought on what challenge faces you?
That's a rough racetrack. It has a lot of characters, we like to say. So I'm excited for the challenge. I felt like last year's race, top 3, 4, 5 cars duked it out pretty good until the fuel mileage stuff at the end. So I hope to be back in the mix up there racing with the guys, and looking forward to it. Hopefully we don't need umbrellas and have to think about boat racing. I understand there's a bit of weather in that area. So we'll keep the rain away and put on a great show for the fans.
Don't want to think about that. Want to think about some good racing. Want to think about a great panel of champions and a lot of fun we had today. Jojo White, thank you. My pleasure.
I enjoy it. Thanks for having me.
And 5-time champ Jimmie Johnson here in Boston on a Thursday.